Perspective. It's your girl Sadi Rose coming to you with today's word. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Celestial Kingdom Frequency, where we come to create heaven on earth within ourselves, where we come to be authentic and real, where we're not afraid to be vulnerable and really acknowledge that, there are dark aspects of ourselves, and to not villainize ourselves or each other for having those dark aspects, but understanding that you must acknowledge the darkness, the contrast, so that you can heal it, so that you can transmute it, so that you can become of light and a balanced being that becomes more ascended, who evolves. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. Today's word is, I will make a way through the wilderness. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. This is my fourth time trying to record this message. I have had to get some tea to help my throat. Obviously, this message is, important for whoever is watching this. And I just pray and I have faith. Please, Father God, speak through me, Archangel Gabriel, to deliver the message so that it's profound and impactful for you. It really comes down to something that I replay over and over and over again. And I started hearing it about a year and a half ago, just with the rise of the spiritual, artists and community. And there's some really strong presences out here, and it's pretty much that it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And I have to admit, when I first heard it, my energy, my response was yeah, it's easier said than done, but that really is the key to go through any kind of challenge or darkness or time in your life where you're really kind of going through it. When you feel beat up, when you're ready to give up, when you feel like no matter what you do or where you go, you are consistently met with challenge after challenge, or you've had loss in your life. If you look at it and just understand that even when things are happening to you and they are, they don't seem to be done, like if it's people, things are happening, people are doing you wrong, lying on you, slandering on you, whatever it is, and it's not with good intention. If you can think of it as, this is happening to me to bring out something that I need to know about myself or about them, or about, if it's the job, about the place, so that I can see it and so that I can deal with it, so that I can be aware of it, I can deal with it, I can release it, or I can bring it closer to me. That's what it's all about, y'all. And if you look at it, every challenge you have that way, then it really does change the way that you process information. It really will change how you view different challenges and things that happen in your life. And I say that also just with the understanding that there is a lot of really, really impactful things happening. Systems are crumbling. Things are happening. A lot of people are losing their lives. And it really does seem like, to so many people who might not be close to God, that everything is falling apart. But I have to tell you, everything is falling apart because it is a time of ascension. Earth, Mother Gaia, is increasing frequency. And what that means is anything that's lower frequency has to fall away. And the sun and all the activations, all the solar flares that have been hitting us have been pretty much, stirring up the muck. The closest analogy I can give you is this. Y'all, this is crazy. I keep getting stopped at the same parts and it keeps deleting the message. But anyway, the greatest analogy I can give you is that you are going through a dark tunnel. When you're going through the dark tunnel, all you care about is getting to the end of that tunnel. And you don't stop. You don't think. You don't have time. Your fear, you are, your fear is controlling. Your anxiety is probably high. You're probably very emotional. If there are other people with you, you're probably, have high anxiety and emotional and not really focused. And you definitely don't want to stop and slow down to really think through, especially say you're in a dangerous situation in the tunnel trying to get to the other side. And say we're in a Walking Dead. We're in a Walking Dead. You're not going to want to stop and say, okay, well, maybe I need to identify what's up ahead. Same thing if I'm in the wilderness. I'm going to dark forest. I'm off path. And I'm on some muddy road because of the situation that I'm in. And I'm not going to want to slow down. I'm not going to want to say, okay, here are the challenges and this is how they make me feel, or this is the right path forward. This is the most effective way forward so that I can actually be successful to get to the clearing with the light, to get to the end of the tunnel with the light. And the farther you go down the tunnel, the more you see, like, and how at the end of the tunnel you see that light coming through. And if you're in a forest and you see the light coming through the trees all of a sudden, you start going forward very fast. But the more you go forward and the sun is coming through, the more you see what's around you, the more you see the darkness around you, the more you see the threats, the more challenges, the harder it becomes to move forward. And to the point that you feel like you're at jeopardy. If you're other people with you, you feel your safety is at risk. You feel like it's just too hard, that it just feels like too much. And so you have a decision to make at that point. If you want to keep going to the light, either you slow down and you really think through and be honest about what you see ahead, and that you become committed to moving forward no matter what is going to happen, and that you decide to be brave and confident and to stand in your sovereignty, that you can do it, that you can move through whatever darkness there is to get to the light, and that you move forward very focused and relying on your intuition and the guidance you're getting from Most High God to make it forward step by step. And you have faith that no matter what happens, that God is going to be there for you no matter what happens. And if you decide to do not that, and you decide, okay, I'm too scared, I don't have faith that I can do this, I don't have faith that I'm going to be able to protect the people I love, and you decide to go back into the dark, whether you're in a tunnel or in the forest, because you don't have confidence, because you're not brave enough, because you're too scared, because you don't know, you have uncertainty, and it's too hard, and you go back, then you choose to go back into the dark, then you will be stuck there. And see, with all the activations that are happening with the sun, with all these solar flares that you're hearing about, the frequency here on Earth is going up, y'all, and it's not going to wait around for us. We are the people in the forest, in the wilderness. We are the people in the tunnel, and it's scary. It's scary because we've been in the dark for a long time. We never have stopped recently, and we haven't had a lot of time because we've been stuck in these jobs, working day to day, just trying to get by, just trying to move forward, just hoping that at the end of the tunnel there is light. We've been there, and now that we have, how you doing? Now that we have light illuminating what is surrounding us in the forest and in that dark tunnel, it is scary. It is really scary because we can't, we never knew that those things were there. We never knew that they existed, but they were there the whole time. They were there the whole time, negatively influencing us, whether it was inside of us and who we are being, or the people, places, and things we've had around us, or externally. It's the same thing. Externally now, all these structures that are falling, all these towers that are falling, All these gatekeepers that are falling, they were always there. You just couldn't see them. And now you have to make a decision. It's going to be hard to move forward to the light. It's going to be hard whether you're doing the internal work yourself or addressing and advocating and fighting against the powers that were. But there are things that remain the same, which is you have to first see it and not be in denial. Then you have to choose to process your feelings about it. If it's any kind of guilt or shame you have about yourself that you can now see because all these activations are hitting you, forcing you to clear blockages in your energy and to see yourself the way that you've never really seen yourself, you could get stuck there. Or you can decide to really deal with it, to process it, to heal it, and to release it. And if you get stuck there, if you choose to go back in the darkness, especially when it's about yourself, especially when it's about the people, places, and things around you, it could have really bad effects. You could end up, just feeling like you're out of control of your life, feeling like life really has no meaning, being very depressed, like really becoming a zombie. Or you could become rageful, so enrageful when it comes to other people. You could start mistreating people because you feel like you don't have any control. You could start hurting everyone around you. So I really, really, really hope that you will move forward toward the light. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, y'all. Healing is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Seeing myself for the first time, really seeing myself, is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It's not a one-time event. It's an everyday occurrence. And you have to be committed to moving forward. And even though you see everything clearly now happening around you, you have to choose to stay focused on the path forward. I hope this message is helpful. I hope that it resonates. I love y'all. Peace.